Hey everybody, this is Glidercat and it's time to play. We are back in Incremental Factory. Oh man, let's get back to it. Now you're going to be impressed. You're going to be happy. Let's look at the map. I spent some time between episodes kind of cleaning things up, and look at that. Oh man, that looks way, way better. My ratios aren't all perfected and things, and I'm overproducing probably with every product, but I reorganized things quite a bit to reduce the spaghetti, and I'll just show you. It wasn't real hard to do. But it did take some time. I'll show you some of the key concepts that I used. One is over here on the left side of the screen. These are obviously our raw resources that we're mining. Still have some that need to be lined up, but they're close. And then as we move to the right, it's just more refined products. So here we've got our stone. Then we refine that into bricks. And then I've just been using nodes kind of at the beginning of each production line to bring in the raw resources. The other thing, now that we've got a bunch of warehouses that I bought, I've started to distribute those around so we don't have so many lines going all the way across to the right side of the screen. But yeah, if we look at stone and copper, here's stone and all the raw extraction parcels feed into a node. That node dumps off into this one. I think actually does go into headquarters. I've reduced greatly the amount of materials going into headquarters. Most don't. But it's got a node here that goes into storage, and then we've got production of bricks. That all gets fed into a node and distributed where it's needed. And then that node also feeds into the warehouse for storage. If we look at copper, very, very similar, same kind of thing. Can maybe move this up a pixel or two. But in this case, we've got three stages of production. We've got the ore, the plates, and the cables. But it's all kind of follows the same little formula here. We've got the warehouse nearby, and then we've got a node at the end of the production line that routes to where the product's needed. Here we've got a secondary product down here, which is the mercury copper. So I just put a node up front with what the ingredients are going to be for that production line. And then end it with a node, and there's our HG copper plates that we're using. Cleaned up all the iron. Oh man, the iron was tough because I had it all over the place from early on in the game. But that's all kind of cleaned up. We've got iron plates, then we got iron plates being turned into gears and stored in the warehouse. And then here we've got iron plates being turned into steel. And steel has improved. We'll see how that goes. And then we get over to kind of the right side of the screen. I've kind of tried to standardize these production lines as well with a node, starting with a node that has all the inputs for the whole production line. So in this case, it's pretty easy. It's just gears coming into a node. That's our red science. And then red science goes into a warehouse. Green science has two inputs. So I've got a node up front collecting those inputs, and then it gets distributed. Same thing all the way up. If we look at one that's a little more complicated, like this guy, say for our Gen 4 chips that we just did a couple episodes ago, I'm bringing all the inputs straight into a node here, and that just kind of cleans up the spaghetti a bit. So for this whole production line, there shouldn't be any other nodes, any other resource lines coming through that don't go through this node. You can kind of tell there's this guy going across, this guy going up across. But everything that's involved in this production line comes through this entry node. This is kind of like the factory entrance, if you think about it. Then I feed everything, and then off it goes into a node in case we need to distribute it, and then into a warehouse. So this production looks a little slow. We may tackle that. And then where we left off was trying to get to the rocket science, right? This is the one that our little drone task keeps spinning up on there, waiting for us to get the resources to do it. So this one I haven't really touched since we were last in here last episode, but we will clean it up and work on that this episode. Let's take a look at the excavation site. We know we're going to need to do some digging. We got at least 4 more digs to do. I've got a bunch of resources in storage. And you can see from here what's kind of slow. Batteries I took off of storage, so we're not storing those anymore. In fact, I'm not even producing them. I've got a factory just sitting idle. If we need them, we'll hook it back up. But it looks like our Gen 3 chips and our Gen 4 chips are kind of slow. So we might look to ramp those up when we get time. But let's see if I got enough resource to add more turrets. And we got the advanced turrets we haven't used yet. Oh, I did. I did. I plunked one of them down. I think it's this guy right here. I think this is a Mark II turret right there. Let's see if I have enough to make another one. Mark II turret. Let's put it over there. Yep, I do. I don't imagine I have enough to make another one. Not quite. 362,000. I guess those are Gen 2 circuits. We're close. And then hafnium plates. I improved that production, so that's actually looking good. We've got Mark II splash turrets. Let's see what these need. Aluminum. Do I have aluminum? I do. Boy, I don't have those Gen 4 chips though. Enough for this. Let's go ramp up Gen 4 chips and then we'll come back. See if we can throw down one of these splash turrets and maybe some other turrets. And then we'll go fight. But let's see if we can ramp up. Yeah, those Gen 4 chips. We'll just take a look at the map and see where things are slow. It's this guy right here. And you got everything but phenolic resin. So let's ramp that up if we can. I thought I just did that actually. So phenolic resin comes in through our main node hub there. And it's over here. So yeah, this guy looks weak. Let's see if we can ramp this up. Are you guys getting what you need? No, coal ash is an issue. So let's see where we're at with the coal ash. That's up here. We probably need to ramp this up. Yep. How are you guys doing on the coal coming in? Coal's even a little weak. All right, let's ramp up the coal ash production. We're going to start with just 3 of these guys. We'll see how that does to get us started. Looks like we got plenty of connections. We could probably do 2 rows. Should we? Just to speed things up. I think I might. Let's move this up. And let's do 1 more row of these. Boom. This will put our little drones to work. And let's see how that's improved already. Not greatly improved, has it? These guys are still getting built out. Let's go ahead and set the smart sort and the utilization bar. Still getting built. Oh, I also, between episodes, I got rid of all of our coal power plants. So we're just running 100% on solar power. And I think I added 4 or 8 more solar panels from what we had last time. Power is at, energy's up at 100%, top left of the screen. So that's looking good. Let's see how this coal is doing. Boy, that's not great. Thought we would get better. This guy has some surplus. I could just throw it in there. Tempted, very tempted. Yeah, we're burning through it like crazy. I know the germanium, this stuff uses up some coal ash. And these guys, what is it? 4? Okay, so it's 8 coal for every 1 coal ash. So we are chewing through a lot of coal. Well, we got a couple options. One is I move this guy down. And let's triple this guy up right above. This guy already has some surplus coal. So let's take it and just throw it into this node. Boom. Kind of don't like doing that. Still has plenty. This guy is now full. These guys are now humming along. In fact, starting to build an inventory. And there is our coal ash node. So that is full up. So that should be better now. So let's go check out the phenolic acid, wherever that was. Oh man, I'm gonna have to trace it from back here, I think. This guy right down here. So let's see how they're doing now. Coal ash looks a lot better. Looks like petroleum barrels are going to be the issue now. Yep, petroleum barrels. So let's ramp that one up. That is right up above. And how are you guys doing? Oil barrels are okay, not super great. And these guys, I think, are waiting on oil barrels. Let's do something similar. In fact, let's move these guys down. Disconnect them. And then triple this up. Boink. Boink. And then we'll give this its own node, and then we'll feed this in just like we did with the coal above. So you get your own little node. This is oil barrels. Drones are working away, building these little factories out. Got one more left. Almost done. Done. I'm going to put that one in here. Now that just increased the flow quite a bit. How are we doing now, fellas? Are you climbing? Not yet. Wow. Still sending. Wow, we're sending all that through. That's hard to believe. Yeah, sulfur is using it. And then this is using it. Are you improving at all? No. What am I missing? These guys, they're maxed out. Oh, it's 10 to 1. 10 oil barrels for 1 petroleum barrel. I think that's what's going on here. In fact, these factories will never be fully utilized, probably. Well, what can we do about that? Seems like we need a whole nother production line. I don't think these connections are maxed out. Should we just do another set of this? Let's try again. And see what this gets us. I had no idea it was this short on oil, unless I'm missing something obvious. So these guys are coming online. All that output's going up here to these guys. Okay, I think we're good now. Petroleum barrels are maxed out. Here's our phenolic resin. That's still weak. These factories may need to be ramped up, though. I don't know that I have these maxed out. You got petroleum barrels, you got coal ash. You need coal too, huh? Coal looks like it's weak. So let's see where this guy's getting his coal. And we may need to ramp that up. That is this guy. Yep. Coal's a little bit weak. Let's ramp this one up. Boom. This is all so we can get more Gen 4 chips, which we can make use of at the dig site for turrets. Let's see how that does. Is that improving? Not as much as I would have thought. Not as much as I would have thought. I don't have the connections to pump more into this guy. It could be filling buffers. Let's see. Nope. It doesn't look good, does it? No, this still needs more. This needs more. This is a weak spot for sure. Oh, there's coal. Okay, coal bounced back. So coal is now in good shape. And coal ash is our shortfall. So let's go follow that back. I think I've only got one coal ash factory. It's pretty weak. I've got tons of coal. Let's double these guys up. Coal still looks good. Yeah, there's one more online, and we got 20 more buildings to build. Then this guy will come online. All right, those guys are up. How are you doing? Not great yet. Let's go look and see if a bunch of it's getting pushed down here. Coal ash, no, we're still using everything we get. Although the phenolic resin is now maxed out. So this should fill up soon. I think it's going to fill up soon. Yeah, these guys are fully buffered with everything. Coal ash. So we should see coal ash start accumulating. There it is. Good, good, good. Good, good, good. All right, let's see what's the next bottleneck here. That number is okay. All right. Mercury copper cables. That's our next shortfall, it looks like. We could probably ramp this thing up, but well, maybe not. Oh, I needed the connection or something. All right, mercury copper cables. We just looked at those at the top of the episode. They're down here. We have fairly anemic production of these guys. Copper ore is probably going to be the issue. So let's see what we can do about that. Probably same thing we just did. Let's pull this guy down. And I'm going to pull these bottom three down too. See if we can get by with 9. And we'll scale up. Give these guys their own little node. I think I'm just going to send these into that one. I think we've got enough throughput coming out of these nodes where we should be fine. All right, how's that doing now? I think we're going to see this improve. We got a bunch more coming through. Come on. Kind of expecting it to catch up. There it goes. There's a copper ore starting to climb. Slowly. Could go more. Unless I'm missing something obvious. This guy does need 4 connections. I do only have 1 plant here, but the issue is the copper ore, right? Man, what is this? Is this like a huge? Yeah, 10 to 1. Could do another one. Could do another same thing. Just drop it right below. Let's do it. There's probably a way to set this up so I don't have to reorganize these the way I'm doing it. All right, let's see if that's improving. Whoops, you can come over this way. Waiting to see copper start collecting here. That's what I'm expecting. We got node to node throughput. That should be maxed out, unless it's this. This connection here. I don't think so. I don't think that's our shortfall. Oh, there we go. This guy's doing a lot more. Copper ore is maxing out. That's starting to accumulate. So that should be good. Now let's go look back at the Gen 4 chips. High K dielectrics. Yeah, we're moving from one thing to the next. So high K dielectrics is the next thing that we'd have to ramp up. That is up here. What are you short on? You are short on hafnium plates. That kind of makes sense. I don't have those, aren't ramped up a whole lot. And these are color coded, and the colors mean things. I'm partially colorblind, so I'm kind of ignoring it, but it's probably telling me that this is insufficient load or insufficient materials. This is our smelter. Looks like I can just pump this up. And maybe duplicate that. Yeah, production's pretty slow on this. Let's duplicate it. Just gonna move these guys over a bit. Duplicate this guy. And then we're gonna be short on ore. And let's duplicate this a few times. Power is now declining. Let's do some more solar. Get 8 more of these. And that should climb back. All right, we were working on hafnium. Let's just see how this is doing now with the hafnium ore. Still weak. Let's give them 3 more extraction nodes, extraction parcels, I should say. Okay, we got lots of building tasks. How am I doing on batteries? Do I need to store off more? No, I've got 220,000. I think we got more than we're ever going to use. All right, let's go. While that stuff's all getting built, let's check out the excavation site and see if I can put down more of, or these splash turrets, right? What were we waiting on? We were waiting on the Gen 3 chips that I've been, or Gen 4 chips that I've been upgrading. We still are short. What about these guys? Healing splash turret. We could do this for sure. And we have some of these already. Let me put one down and see what it looks like. I can't remember. Okay. I think that's the same as that one, right? Let's push these out, or push a couple of these out on the corners. So back. Let's do something like that. Maybe over here. Oh, that was just a regular splash turret, right? Oh, missing tons of aluminum plates. Or is that iron? That's iron plates. So I can't do that yet. Tell you what, let's just go to battle and see what we get. I'll fill in that little spot because we might need we might need that actually reinforced. And let's go to battle and see how we do. Then we'll get back to doing the factory. Boom. So our new splash damage guy is already getting busy. We saw that dinosaur enemy come in kind of towards the end of the horde here and just made his way all the way to our drill. Oh man, that could happen again. There he is. There he is up top. Oh no. I gotta keep my finger near the abort fight button. Man, he just plows through. He like walks over the wall, right? I mean, if we could take him out, we'd be fine. I think that's the only thing holding us back. Oh. I think we're going to make it. I think we're going to make it now. Nice. Oh, that's awesome. Very cool. We got 3 more levels to go. Check it out. 150% yield to all resources. Let's patch. Got a decent amount of steel. Did upgrade and clean up our steel production, but it's not infinite, that's for sure. Oh boy, yeah, if we knew that dinosaur was always going to come from above, we could put more turrets to prepare for it. Thinking another regular turret over here in the corner, maybe. Let's see, I'm going to delete this. Can I do a regular turret? Not yet. What does this guy need? Bricks, 386,000. That's not going to take too long. That's another thing we could upgrade in the factory. Let's do a little more factory stuff. Back to the map. And let's start thinking about what's going on over here. This is the rocket science stuff. And then we started with the satellite assembly. This guy needs a whole bunch of inputs. So we got copper plates. Did we do these? No, we did them in a little bit different order. Let's get our little starter node hooked up and cleaned up. So right now we've got coal and petroleum coming in. Let's route those through a node right at the start of the factory. I'm just going to double check supply. Yep, that looks great. So let's bring all the inputs in to a kind of entry node. There's my coal, so that can go bye-bye, and we'll put coal here. You know what? I think what's going to happen is we're going to pull this plastic production. This is just coal and petroleum barrels. That probably belongs somewhere else. So let's pull this back. And I'm going to put a new node down. This is how I kind of reorganized things before. So let's take plastic into you. And then that can go and plastic into you for now. Actually, I want that to go into even another node. Let's do it. I'm thinking about it. Going to be plastic into this guy. And then this guy is going to bring plastic into here. This is all going to go to a new factory location over by the resources, the left side of the screen. This is going to be our entry node into this whole factory, doing the rocket science. This all needs to move near I think the petroleum barrel. So let's grab all of you and bring you down here somewhere. In fact, maybe here. And I need to get you petroleum, let's route you through this node just for looksies. Okay, that's already maxed out with plastic. This is just a better place for this. I don't think we need to put plastic in storage. We'll find out. But now that's kind of where raw resources are. Let's clean up these other two things. That looks like iron plates, right? Let's grab you. Just rerouting this material through an entry node into their factory. Instead of going straight to the parcel that's building things, we'll always go straight into a little supply node here. That goes there. This guy comes off. This guy goes in. And then we'll do the same thing for these sheets. Is that copper? Yep. This is just making things look a little neater. There's our copper plates. And now this goes. And copper plates feed into there. Gen 5 chips, we'll see. That's, I think, where we left off, where we were working, right? So let's do this and see what's needed. Oh boy. Okay, metal gates. Metal gates. Who makes those? Metal gates, metal gates. There it is, metal gate plant, high K dielectrics. All right. Let's pull you back. Metal gates. You need, oh my goodness. Oh, look, we're hitting a wall already. We need titanium and cobalt plates, which we're going to have to dig for, I bet. High K dielectrics we can bring in. Got those here. So I guess we got to run those through a node. I could pull all this production back, but I'm going to leave it here for now. Okay, high K dielectrics into there. This has got to go before I can connect this guy up. And then you are also going to go into you. Pull you back. Send high K dielectrics into this guy. I don't know if you're going to get any. I guess you are. And then we need titanium and cobalt. All right, let's go back to the excavation site. Oh, man. Titanium. Oh, is cobalt even further down? Oh, man. We may have to implement the maze, as some people have suggested earlier. Because we're getting to a point where they're taking it to us. I also may need to like ramp up just bricks and things so that we can get more turrets faster. I'm going to put a regular turret there. What do we need? Yeah, a bunch more bricks. Let's do that, and then maybe we'll call it an episode. We'll wait to fight. Let's look at bricks. Got those way down here. And let's see, here's the stone supply and the coal coming in. Let's just check these nodes for, that looks good. That looks good. So maybe we can just add some more. I'm tempted to duplicate this whole line, to tell you the truth. Maybe we will. Just to speed up the time to save up the bricks. So let's do that first. And then I kind of want to copy all of this. Just looking at the nodes, if I duplicate this, that's going to bring 8 more connections into there, which is fine. Let's try it. I don't know if this is going to work or not, but let's try it. This is just for speed. We don't need this necessarily, but just to rapidly resupply bricks once we use them up. That's the goal. This little exercise. Is there another node hiding behind somewhere? Oh, where'd it go? Feel like I'm missing a node. Is it up here? Looks like it might be. That's really ugly, right? We'll clean it up. Yeah, I think I gotta wait for things to build, but we can clean it up a bit. We'll give it its own little node here, and then this guy can go. You could actually go, well, we'll have it just go to the warehouse. So I'm going to take this cautious. Waiting for this stuff to build. I'm going to move. I need to remove these connections basically. And I just want to make sure I don't remove something I'm not intending to move. Or I don't remove something I'm not intending to move. We're going to reroute their output to their own little node just so it's not so messy. And then we'll max these out. If they're not maxed out, they are. And hopefully this will allow us to throw more turrets down faster. Over at the dig site, at least more of the basic turrets. Kind of like the basic turrets, actually. They do a decent job. And let's line things up. So far, so good. This guy still, do you have to stick around? Yeah, you still have to kind of stick around. All right, so we should be replenishing stone bricks faster. In fact, we're fully equipped. Let's make room for more turrets. No, they're basic. And I gotta wait for stone. Tell you what, let's wrap this episode here. I'm gonna keep peppering this thing with more turrets, and then we'll fight some more. We have to fight in order to get the resources we need. And man, it looks like we might have 7 more digs to do, I'm guessing. Because we need titanium and we also need cobalt. We saw that over here, right? We were trying to progress with our metal gate production. Yeah, cobalt. Unlocks at at level 28. Excavation level 28. Oh my goodness. I did, by the way, max out the number of warehouses we can get. Our storage is at 482,500. And we need 500,000 stone before we can get the next warehouse. I don't know if that's waiting for us in here somewhere. It doesn't look like. Oh, there it is, another warehouse tier. That will help, but I don't think it's gonna matter because we're gonna have to drill all the way down before we can get this rocket science going. So by the time we can unlock more warehouse tiers, we'll be done. I think we'll be mostly done. We will have fought all the battles we need to fight at the excavation site. But yeah, that's it for this one. For now, this is Glidercat saying thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this series on Incremental Factory. I want to thank Glidercat patrons and channel members for their support. Deeply appreciated as always. And with that, I'll see y'all in the next one.